Hey you guys, it's Rebecca Overson here, and I wanted to go live because Amy just posted a really great question that I had a little brainstorm about, and I think it's a really important topic. Although the focus of this group is self-employed massage therapists, I know we have a lot of people that are employed, and so this is a topic I want to address, which is, how to negotiate your rates of pay, your salary, your commissions, and things like that if you are in fact working for somebody else. And it brings up a lot of really important issues and topics that I am passionate about. So we're gonna just dive right in here and see what we get, okay? And if you guys have any questions or comments, feel free to put them in the comments below, and also just say hi so that I know you're here. And if this is our first time meeting, I'm Rebecca, and this is my Facebook group. I've been a licensed massage therapist since 1995, and I now mentor and coach massage therapists to build thriving practices of their own. And I love it. I'm here to elevate the industry. I'm here to talk about the things that are hard to talk about and just truly give you different ways of thinking about the issues that we face in this industry as massage therapists. All right, so happy to be here, and let's rock and roll, okay? So first thing that Amy says is, I've been offered a job working for a marriage and family therapist who wants to add massage to her practice. I'm super excited, as that is what I've had in mind since I first started massage school 2 years ago. Now, here's what I'm going to do as we go through this post. Amy, no, I'm not picking on you personally. I'm just using this as a starting point for conversation. And I'm always going to give my opinions, and I'm not going to step over anything. And those of you that have ever been around me or done coaching with me know that I'm super straightforward and blunt, and take it or leave it. All right. So first concern I have as the mama bear looking out for you guys is a marriage and family therapist wants to add massage to her practice. Does she know how to market massage? Because it's a very different service. It's a very different service. The second red flag I see is this is adding something new. This isn't like coming into an existing clientele. So this is a new venture for the marriage and family therapist. I have some concerns about that. Okay. But again, it could be awesome, could be fine, but those are some things I would invite you to consider. The next thing that Amy says is she offers me $20 hands-on an hour plus tips, which is actually more than I originally asked for. That's awesome. She says, however, I looked at her website pricing and now I feel a little differently. A standard 60-minute for members or clients of hers is $60. 90 minutes is $75. Then there's another membership for people who are not clients of hers but still want a massage membership. $60 is 60 minutes is $65, 90 minutes is $80. Then there's a non-membership option. 60 minutes is $70, 90 minutes is $85. Hot Stones is an additional $10. Hold on, you guys. I gotta always remember to put my phone on Do Not Disturb. Okay, there we go. Okay. Big red flags I see is there's way too many pricing options going on here. And one thing I know is an absolute truth in any industry or in any business is confused prospects don't buy. They may want what you offer, but if you give them way too many options, often their little circuits in their brain will go, I don't understand, and then therefore just no, because I'm confused. Okay? So way too many options. And again, maybe I don't have the backstory, but I'm just confused as to why a marriage and family therapist is now trying to offer massage to her clients. It's just, again, it could fit, but I am a little bit concerned about the business strategy there. But Amy says, I'm a little bit concerned about, she says, I feel differently now that I look at her website pricing. So I'm curious, Amy, why do you feel differently? Do you feel like because of what she's charging, you should be making more? And here's what you guys need to understand about being an employee. It's not your business what the employer charges. It's literally none of your business. You have no idea what their overhead is, what their risk is, what their desired profit margin is, what their liability is, what the amount of time is going to be involved in supporting you and building this practice for you. So it's literally none of your business what your employer charges, and what you are paid is really not your business either, in terms of it's not your job to set your own rate. Your employer should know how much they're able to pay you and willing to pay you based on their liability and expenses and costs of the service provided. It is your job to determine if that's enough for you. Okay, so I like, Amy, that you said $20 an hour was more than what you had initially wanted. I think that's great, and I think that's actually really generous. Most employers cannot afford to pay their therapists more than about 30% of what they're actually charging for the service. You guys might be surprised to hear that, because I think a lot of us that come from thinking about solo practice or being independent, you're like, no, I want a 60-40. I want a 50-50. Because I'm doing all the work. But what you don't have as an employee is you don't have the liability. You carry zero liability. You can literally walk out of there any day and your employer still has to keep the lights on, keep the marketing going, fill the appointments and things like that. So it is not equal. It is not equal. In fact, one of the benefits of being an employee is that you get to show up, do your work, and go home. You don't have to do marketing. You don't have to do laundry unless you're being paid to do that. You don't have to find clients. Ideally, in a setup with a massage therapist employer, they are doing all of the marketing. They are doing all of the customer, follow through, feedback, acquisition, networking, all of that stuff. And you are just literally showing up and seeing your clients. So don't expect 50%, for example, when you're working for somebody else, because again, you just have no idea what their expenses are. And I know from firsthand experience as an employer of massage therapists that this is absolutely true. If you're working for somebody as an employer that is paying you like 50% or more, they're not going to be in business for very long. Or they have another totally huge source of revenue and they're not depending on massage therapy, like maybe a chiropractor or something, for example. Okay? So just some thoughts on that as we go through. And I love it when you guys post these questions, because it just brings out so many beautiful threads of information that we can take a little bit of a deeper dive on. So back to Amy's post. She says, any thoughts? Should I attempt to negotiate? And if so, what would you recommend? My minimum of negotiation is I want the extra $10 hot stone fee because of the extra time involved cleaning, etc. That's time I could be using to see another client that I'd basically be absorbing into my 1 hour hands-on time otherwise. So again, it's your employer's job, Amy, to set your pricing structure, not yours. I would not attempt to negotiate. You're not an independent contractor. They should have an employee agreement. This is what we pay you. This is what your job description is. This is what you're required to do, right? Now, if they're paying you extra for a hot stone massage, it should not be the $10 that they charge, because then they're making $0 on a hot stone upgrade. It just doesn't make sense. And if your employer doesn't know this stuff, I'm telling you, you're walking into a very precarious situation. You're dealing with an employer that doesn't know beans about running a massage business, and you're going to run into problems down the road. Okay. So a couple of other things to consider, just since, we're on this topic of what you need to know as an employee doing massage therapy is again, expect to be paid less. Making $20 an hour. Do you guys know in the United States, the average wage for a massage therapist that is employed is about $14 an hour. And that's about average. It's somewhere between $12 and $20 an hour. So the fact that, and that's just based on Department of Labor statistics for the industry. So $20 an hour is really good as an employee, especially plus tips. You could be pulling in $40 an hour per session, something along those lines. Okay. Second thing, again, to remember, which we brought up, is that they are responsible for setting the rates, and they're responsible for setting the commission and how you're paid. And if you do not have this outlined in a contract, then you should run. You need to have a very specific job description, policies and procedures, and an employment contract that outlines all of this. And if you don't have it, do not work for this person, because they don't know what they're doing. How you decide if this is enough money is by you getting really clear about what you need to earn. Only you know what you need to make and what you want to make based on your personal income goals, your family situation, your relationship or marital status, your obligations, your debts. And you need to do the math to figure out, gosh, if this person is potentially going to be booking me with 20 appointments a week, is $20 an hour without tips acceptable for me? That's for you to decide, is what they're offering, does that work for you and what your needs are? And only you can decide that, because that's personal. As an employee, your employer, generally speaking, is responsible for all the marketing and filling of your schedule and all of the admin stuff, not you. Now, you can expect and ask for a higher rate if you're doing all that stuff. But at least here in the United States, you need to there's a thing called compensable time, which is if you are doing things that you could expect to be paid for, you should be paid for those things. This is where it gets tricky with massage therapists, because usually you're paid a commission for the service. You're not paid by the hour. You're literally just paid a flat rate for the service that you provide. And it's either a percentage of the amount collected, or it's literally just a flat rate for the service, like $20 for a standard massage, $25 for a hot stone massage, blah, 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 whatever. That's often how it's set. Or if you are also expected to do marketing, customer service, follow-up, laundry, cleaning, and you're expected to be there even if you don't have appointments, then you should have an hourly wage plus a commission. So that means the Department of Labor wants to know that you are, no matter what, making at least minimum wage for all of the hours that you're required to be at work. So a lot of employers will take something like, they'll pay you, I don't even know, what is minimum wage, you guys, in the United States? Somebody tell me. I don't even know what it is. But let's say it's $10 and $8 an hour, something like that. Then you should be paid at least $8 an hour plus a commission with the services that you provide. And that commission could expect it to be a little bit low. So in Amy's case, maybe she's paid $8 an hour plus $15 a massage. But the cool thing is that Amy's getting $8 an hour just for being there no matter what. And she's expected to be productive with that time. Okay. Yeah, so Amy's question is, what's fair? So again, only you can determine, sorry, paper just fell off my wall. Only you can determine what's fair for you. Only you can determine how much you need to make. Don't get tied into what are you worth and all that stuff, because you need to decide what wages work for you. Okay. And then whatever your employer offers, you need to determine if that's going to work for you. But you really can't decide what's fair because you're not the owner and you're not running the business and you're not setting the rates. You're not dealing with the liability. You're not dealing with the marketing. You're not dealing with the reputation. You literally get to show up, put on your scrubs or your apron or whatever, look at your book, do your massages and go home. Okay, so I hope that helps. Let me know if you have any questions, yeah buts, what ifs, any ahas, takeaways, any of that. I'd love to hear from you. Just put that in the comments below. And I hope you guys are having an awesome, awesome day. And if there's anything else you want me to address in my next Facebook Live, feel free to put that in the comments as well. All right, you guys, have a great day. We'll talk to you soon. Bye.